we're going to talk about the Creator Series Tier 2 now. These are the enhanced performance models with additional features, very much the solution-orientated models of the range here. Again, we've got small, medium and large sizes. So as Charles pointed out, we start with the 4-inch drive unit, then we've got the 7, and then we've got the 9. They retain, certainly at the 7 and 9, the existing cutout size, so you can upgrade very easily. But we see here on the wall we've got some C2M T2X. What does that mean, Charles?
Yeah, so the C2M, so Tier 2 medium in the new naming system, but the T2X is a real innovative product and replaces 2 models in the old range. We used to have an FX speaker and a T2 speaker. This speaker replaces those but does more than both combined. So we have a speaker here which does bipole and dipole for AV installs, but it also has uniquely an ultra-wide dispersion setting as well. All 3 of those are switchable. It has 2 sets of terminals on the rear as well for doing stereo installs, and you can switch between stereo and mono mode on the rear of the product. So this is a super adaptable product. It's been a huge success already. The installers that are using it have made it a real key part of their toolbox. Looking at the way installers work, we don't want big ranges anymore, but we want to keep those solutions.
Because that's the other interesting thing about Creator Series. We've gone from 49 models down to 19 very concise models, and as Charles rightly points out, we've now been clever about the acoustic innovation within a single product that could potentially do up to 3 different individual models that we had before, but in one. And this is a really high performance. So great wide sound dispersion if you've got them as height channels within a home theatre application. Brilliant for small spaces, corridors, small bathrooms.
One great
toilets.
application for this, just to put in there, is actually above things like islands in kitchens. You know, we have these big spaces in installs these days where you want really nice sound in really specific areas. So this wide dispersion speaker above something like a kitchen island or something like that, where you maybe don't want a full system in that space, this is a real great application product for that.
Brilliant. And of course, visually, this is a step up. So the Creator Series Tier 1 used a C-cam drive unit cone, and then as we move across to our Tier 2, you can start to see these golf ball-like dimples on the cone drivers, and that's our rigid surface technology. This is the 2nd gen of that tech. So Charles, tell us a little bit about these technologies.
Yeah, so with the RST technology, it's a technology we've been developing along with a lot of our metal cone loudspeakers for a long time, but actually when it comes to architectural loudspeakers, we've been developing these for 20 years. We've been learning as we go, so all of these drive units aren't just taken from our existing loudspeakers. We've designed and optimized for their use case. And this new RST2 has been designed with all new motor systems and voice coils to be great for in-ceiling or in-wall applications. We've combined that with the development of an all-new C-cam tweeter, with the new UD waveguide technology as well, which means we no longer need those pivoting tweeters, which often generated more issues than they solved. So, you know, every area of expertise has been looked at, optimized and moved forward.
And of course, you know, practically, when we look at the design of these products, they're very thoughtful and considered, because when you're installing something like this, and we'll talk more about the quick link and the dog legs, the way that you've designed this, we have the tweeter here in the middle on this bar that runs across the center of the speakers, but this can be held and gripped by the integrator, and then they can drill in just the 3 dog legs, isn't it? We have three screw points, very, very fast, and it's just very straightforward.
It is. It's a very nice sort of feel and experience. We've put a lot of work into making sure that the bridges on all of our products are really, really rigid, and they can be, you know, strongly handled, and ensure when you're up a ladder you don't get any flex or any feel that the product might break or give way during the installation process.
So it's just another small little design feature that we've built into these products to make actual, you know, handling and working with these products and installing them just that little bit more intuitive and straightforward. So we've spoken a little bit about the driver technologies, the T2X as a specific model. But we can also see here we've got one with a CP denotation. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so CP stands for Control Performance, and within the Monitor Audio naming culture, Control Performance means we've included a back box on the product. So all the products within the Creator Series with the CP name, they have a molded back box integrated into the design itself. They're still fully retrofit, so that's really important for the use of CP products. But there you get a nice consistent performance. Obviously, when you're installing, we're very aware the cavity behind the speaker, the air volume changes frequently, and for some installs, that's not really acceptable. So the CP range has always been very successful for installers trying to get around that issue. But for the first time, we've stopped separating those products. Now, within the actual core CI range themselves, we have just the CP variant. We used to have a little bit of crossover issue there with ranges not totally matching up with technology between CP and our old core range. That issue is now gone.
So, let's talk about the Tier 2 in-wall models. Whilst they look similar in terms of their outer dimensions, we've gone to this longer, more contemporary visual aesthetic with the twin drive units. The W2M actually is slightly different. It steps up in performance, doesn't it, over the Tier 1? But there's a couple of other additional features that these products have.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Michael. So here with the new W2M and W2M CP, the Control Performance model, we've got a full three-way speaker in the Tier 2 range. So with that, what we mean, we have a dedicated mid-range to go with the tweeter in this linear format. But we're obviously very aware that these products have to be adapted and used for home cinema installs. So this mid-range and tweeter are completely rotatable, just using the 4 screws here.